Welcome to the Absolute Mom Sense Podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the Absolute Mom Sense Podcast. If you are new here, hi, my name is Olivia, and I've got Tia here. We visit, we hang out, we talk about all things mom. We laugh a lot, and we're
a good time.
If you want a good time, you're just come hang out with us, and we're just gonna talk about all the things. I'm glad you're here, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the little bell thing. So let's go. Let's get into this. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm not appreciating the weather.
I know, we just barely had our weather turn, right?
Yeah, it's like pouring rain coming in today.
Pouring rain, freezing cold, and here we go. November, here we come.
I don't know. I feel like I'm excited for like the season. It's like that's getting us more into the season. So that's good. But like, could it be sunny and like still like leaves falling?
Not freezing cold and bitter.
I could do with no snow.
Oh, no.
No snow.
No.
Yeah.
No. Why are you in Utah then?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
I have a dream to move to Hawaii.
Where it's just the same all year round.
I'm serious. Like,
so my issue is that I'm so far pregnant, I don't fit into any of my sweaters. So I'm like, it's sweater weather.
And you want to enjoy those sweaters.
No. So here I am, short sleeves, and I'm like, it is freezing cold outside, but nothing fits.
Yeah. Cardigans. Cardigan weather. You can do cardigans.
I can do that.
Tanks.
Yeah. I
That's
can do
always
that.
cute with your little leggings and your bump.
I know my bump. It's just the whole
your
thing.
little basketball.
I know, it's fun. But yes, the weather is great. Halloween was awesome. Did you have fun?
I mean, it was like a chill year, so it was nice.
Yeah, I liked it because it seems like usually it's a lot colder.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't bad. Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was at least 60.
Yeah.
For the first bit.
Yeah. Not bad.
And then it was cold.
Yeah.
So it was great. But what I wanted to talk about today is I feel like nowadays people are pushing couples to get married late, like older.
Yeah.
Wait until your career is set. Wait until you have money. Wait until you have all of these things set before you get married and before you have kids. So that's like the new thing. Have you been noticing that?
Yeah, a lot. And you see a lot. And like, I feel like whatever's going to be pushed, you start seeing it in movies.
Yeah.
So I've noticed that for a while in the movies, but yeah, I definitely see it.
Yeah, we didn't do that. We both were fairly young getting married and started having kids young.
We fell in love young, okay? We couldn't help it.
But here's the thing. So because I was young getting married, you always wonder because are you in a right mindset or are you more just young and just going with the, like, oh, this is magical. This is fun. This is exciting. This is new. It's something, I don't know. Like I had always looked forward to getting married, being a mom, mostly having kids. I wanted this life, right? Yeah. And there were some times at the beginning of my marriage that I thought, should I have waited until I was older and maybe could think through things a little bit more, or maybe until I had a career set or money, because I can see why somebody would think
the benefits of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I can see why somebody would be like, man, it would be nice because like for me right now, if I go back to school, which I really want to go back to school for psychology.
I have zero desire to ever go back to school.
You don't want to.
No.
But here's the thing, like I didn't know when I was coming out of high school that I wanted to go and be a psychologist.
Yeah. Right.
I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know until I was a mom.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I feel like maybe having your kids and seeing some of the need that's out there, then you're like, wait, this is what I want to do.
Yeah. So and then even like going through some life experiences myself, then I was like, this is my passion.
Right.
But going back to school on I'm having my 7th kid and I have how many at home with me? I'll have 1, 2, 3 full-time home with me, and then 1 half day because she goes to preschool for the first half. So I'm like, school what now?
When?
When? How? Yeah. And so like I see that part of it where people are like, no, like get settled, get your money, get all this stuff before you enter into a relationship and before you have your kids and stuff like that, right? But then I heard somebody was talking about it and they were saying kind of the same thing. Like when you get married younger, you grow up with your spouse. That's what I was going to
say. Yes. That's part of the benefit of it is you get to grow together and like literally everybody, when you're not married, you grow up and be your own person.
Yeah.
Which is not bad.
Right.
But if you have someone you love, you guys can actually grow together and build something together. And it's nice to have that other partner there with you. So I've enjoyed that.
And I feel like that it helps mold a different you.
Yeah, definitely.
Than you would have been.
Gets those rough edges out.
You don't have a choice. You have to.
Yeah.
And you really can't be selfish. You know what I mean?
It doesn't work if you are. I feel like you try to be selfish, but good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
You go through life a lot more, I don't want to say like humble.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like you just don't have time to be selfish. And I feel like that a person who is selfish lives a less happy life.
Yeah.
You'd think it would be different because if you're selfish, you get everything you want, right?
Yeah.
Get your money, get your job, get your all the stuff.
For what though?
Exactly.
For what?
Yeah. My mom always said if you are feeling low or if you're not happy, the best thing that you can do is get out and do something nice for somebody else.
Yeah, it really does work.
It works just like that. Because you get out of your own head.
Yeah.
And it's not about you.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
But you were saying what? You do what?
I do a lot for other people. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like when you're you really are serving others when you have a family.
Yeah.
That's a full-time job.
It really
All you're doing is for everybody else, and it really does make you happier.
It does. So. Like I feel like I live a happier, more fulfilled life this way because it's not about the little things. And we were kind of talking about this before about how newlyweds, every little thing would bother you or tick you off or be like, oh, what does he mean by that type of thing.
Yeah.
And then when you keep going, it's more just like everything is fine.
Yeah.
Like you're fine.
Just chill.
Just chill. Like Tia, just be a man and just chill.
I'm working on it. Okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying. And like for me, becoming a mom so young, mentally, I was ready for it though. You know what I mean?
I don't feel like I was.
I was totally
me a
ready.
Minute.
Really?
Yeah, because I got pregnant so fast and it was kind of like a whirlwind. And I had never, I always loved babies and stuff, but I had never actually thought about having a family.
Really?
Yeah. Or like even what marriage and life would be like.
I'm so surprised.
Yeah. Because it kind of just came on and I was just just felt.
So what did you do then?
My mom was there a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everything goes back to mom. Yeah. She was there and coached me through it all and helped me. I mean, she was just right by my side, helping me raise my babies.
Yeah.
Which was a huge benefit.
At what point then do you think it set in?
I feel like it, not that it didn't set in. I feel like it definitely set in that I was a mom, like as soon as I had the baby, like I was super attached and like obsessed.
That was your baby?
Yeah. He was mine and he was perfect. And you remember Lane. He was a good one. But I feel like as far as knowing that like you're going to give your all to that baby, that took me a minute.
How long do you think?
Till I got pregnant again, probably.
Really?
Yeah, it took me a while.
Probably, okay, so wait. So you had your baby.
Yeah.
And then you got pregnant with another one, and that's when it...
I feel like then I was like, okay, we're really doing this.
Okay.
Because I had my first few really fast, so it seemed like you think that's going to take a while, but it wasn't. Like it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I still felt like, because I was so young, I still felt like I wanted to go do things for me.
Go out and live a life.
I was still being selfish.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't a partier, Olivia.
That's not what you wanted. Yeah, okay.
I wasn't a partier. Just like everything. I mean, I was used to spending time on myself.
Yeah.
And now you're like, the baby's crying. Like, you better get up before the baby if you want to do your hair and makeup. Like, that's out the door.
Yeah.
So it took me a minute to settle in for sure.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but for me, I was like, well, now I didn't get pregnant in my marriage really, really fast. It took,
I did.
I know you did.
Like real quick.
It took me a little bit, but like I wanted to. I wanted a baby. As soon as I got married, I was like, okay, I want a baby. That's my draw, I guess. And so I like thought about it a lot. I wanted it. And then as soon as I found out that I was pregnant, then I was like set on how am I going to do this the best way? And I was fascinated with like all things child raising.
Wow.
I wanted a perfect child. I wanted like all of this stuff. And in my mind, it was entirely possible.
Yeah.
And so, right.
Yeah.
That everything was going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And so I just studied, but my studying was watching other people.
Yeah.
And so I would go to grocery stores and I would watch a kid screaming at their mom and be like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
So what am I going to do? How do you not have that happen to you?
Yeah.
Right. And so for me, I was so ready for it that as soon as she was born, then I was like mom mode.
Yeah.
You know, I was so into it. I was ready for it. It was so much to the point to where my husband would be like, hey, can I help? Can I do something? Can I hold the baby? And I was like, nope, it's mine.
I did this. Thank you.
This was my moment and I was so ready for it. And and I don't think that everybody has to be that way. I don't think that everybody should be that way. I think, you know, you do what feels natural for you and yourself. And it's going to be different for everybody. The funny thing is it's like, I consider myself like a natural born mom.
Yeah.
Right? It's just one of those things that's just in me. It's the same as if somebody were a natural born like accountant where they just get numbers and they love it and they have a fascination with it. And then they go to school for it and then they do all this stuff with it. Or teaching, or what else is there? Like cosmetology, hair. It could be anything, right?
What else is there in life? I don't know.
What else is there? Or an engineer or a doctor even. You know how there's some people who are just so fascinated with the health field.
Yeah.
And they're just good at it. And the funny thing is to me is it's like, well, so you have a doctor who is so good at health and so fascinated in everything and everybody's like, wow, you're amazing. And then you have me who's like, no. Like blood, you know, I'll pass out.
Yeah.
And I don't feel bad
that
I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
That's not me, you know? But then it seems like every woman who becomes a mother feels that need to be good and perfect at being a mother when it's like, you know, some of us just
doesn't come natural to everybody. Yeah.
And some of us, it's not your first natural thing and that's okay.
Yeah, I feel like I was a good mama, but it definitely, I would say until I had 4 kids, then I didn't really get in there and be like, okay, I got to figure this out.
Yeah.
I mean, my kids were well kept and nice, clean clothes and all the needs were there.
Yeah.
But the passion, I don't feel like got in me until I was like, wait, there's 4 kids and they're like 3 and under. Yeah. I was like, I got to figure this out. So I became like soldier mom. Like I was super organized and got my whole life lined up and it was all around them. And I learned to love it. And I really did love it. So and it took me a minute.
Yeah. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's normal.
Yeah.
I think it's perfectly fine. The one thing that I will say is that, you know, not all of us are called to be doctors. So I don't have to learn it. But, you know, those of us who decide to be mothers, like you're going to have to learn it at some point.
Right.
But I just think like it's okay if you don't feel the instant momness, but don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing is like, it's like, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be so good at being it's okay to stop and be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean,
I do that.
Every stage. That's what you think. As soon as you have it down, then that kid turns 13 and you're like, literally like and every kid's different. So like Audrey, my first teenage girl, she didn't go through much of the moods and stuff. And now I'm seeing my next one. Like, I'm like,
this is a little different.
Wait, I thought we already did this. I thought that this was going to be easy. Like, what?
You're like, it was the first time?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah. And you start seeing those things come up. So then you're like,
Yeah.
help. By the way, any of the other like moms with older kids, I need help. Because I'm not used to all the emotions. I'm like, whoa.
Calm down here. Even because like with you, you're not super emotional. Or are you? You seem
I have
like
my
your
moments,
oldest.
but I'm like, I'm pretty chill.
Yeah, you seem like
Yeah.
Audrey.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like,
No, I'm not like Audrey. Audrey's a little stinker. No, she's hilarious. She is hilarious. She's super shy. She's really, I feel like she's definitely more like her dad.
really?
She's really shy.
And
Like,
you're not
she's like,
shy?
am I?
I mean,
Until you know me,
you're not
then I might
shy. But
but I keep to my own. I keep to
Yeah.
myself.
yeah.
I need to work on that. Just say hi to me, and then we're friends.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. You're super easy to be friends with.
Oh, thanks.
So, I mean, you got that going for you. So, if nothing else.
I got something else.
I'm just kidding.
There's a few things. Okay, I'm a good friend to have.
You are. You're a good
I'm
time.
fun.
You're fun. So, I'm just saying, like, even just going through each of the phases, just not having the expectation on yourself to just be all on top of everything. Like,
Yeah.
even as much as I was like, oh, I'm so ready for this. I'm so like, we got this and everything. There were several things that hit me and I was like, oh, like, I don't know how to do this. What do I do? My baby's sick. My baby's crying. I don't know what this is. And what's that? And like you were saying, every baby is different. I was blessed with my first. She was literally an angel until she turned like 18 months. And then I was like, whoa, this is different. I don't know what to do. And I did have to go and ask several people because I was like,
Help.
this is hard. This is hard. And then I feel like that with each of my kids, then like, and I refer to him all the time, Roman, right? Ava was Roman. But with me not knowing what I was doing. I had no idea. I was, no experience with anything. I didn't know what to do with her tantrums, and she was stubborn. She would just push every little thing, and she would scream and cry, and it was a journey. But like I had no idea what I was doing with Roman. Then I was like, oh, okay.
I already done this.
Like, we got this. So I know. So one of the things that I remember with Ava was like, we struggled in our relationship for a while because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm so thankful for is her teaching me that, because when it came time to deal with each of my other kids, and then I got Roman, who was exactly like her, then I haven't suffered in my relationship with him because I learned with my first. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, starting young, I had the energy. I had the motivation.
Even tell you. Yeah.
It's different now.
It's way different.
It is so different. But I had the motivation and the desire even to want to do something.
Yep.
And I was just like going. It was so different than it is now.
It is.
And so I'm like, I'm so glad that I started young and I had my kids.
Yeah.
Because if I were to think of waiting until I was 30 to even start, I mean, I'm not even 30 yet.
Yeah.
I have 7 kids, almost 7, that wouldn't be here.
Yep.
And I look at myself because of them, and I'm like, I wouldn't be who I am.
You wouldn't even have you would not have the energy if you would have waited later to get that many babies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like for you, you're just now 30, right?
A minute ago, yeah.
Yeah. Well, not that. You're not far into your 30s,
No,
though.
I'm just a little bit in there.
Just barely in there.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. And you have 10 kids.
Yeah, I was pregnant with my 10th at 27. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm 27.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you had 10 kids. Imagine you didn't have any of them, and just now you're starting your family.
I can't even. Which, I mean, you wouldn't know until you're like here. And that's like the scary part. Like you wouldn't have known. Because I always thought, man, should I have enjoyed my youth a little bit more and everything? But I'm like, looking back, I'm like, so my kids kept me young. Yeah. I still feel like I'm like, I mean, Besides the tiredness and the energy levels, like I still consider myself like I still feel young.
Yeah.
I don't feel super old. Besides, I'm tired.
Besides, you're tired.
That's
but
good.
look
That's
how
like
much you
some
have
other
to
stuff.
show for it.
I know. And now I'm like, look what I did.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think
and
having
even
them
if
when
you
you're
were
young,
to say, okay, you're done.
Yeah.
Like,
That I did it.
if you were going to have kids,
Yeah.
you might as well do it during the years that you can physically do it.
Right. Because
know
I
what I
can
mean?
like, so what are you missing out on? Like the partying and all the playtime stuff. I could still do that
Only
and
it's
keep
better
up with
now,
that.
it feels
But like
like.
now, like, yeah. But a pregnancy is like way more intense
Yeah.
than just like a party life.
Yeah.
So get the hard stuff out of the way while you have
Then
the
you
energy,
can-
while you're young and the
then you
strength
can
and
go
everything.
party.
And now I can play. But I have babysitters.
Exactly.
I don't have to find
Exactly.
outside like help. No,
No,
it's
now
built
it's here.
in help, you guys.
Right. But here's the thing. If you want the results, you have to do the work like Tia did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you say, yes, you do have your babysitters, but
We earned those.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you have them because you built them.
Well, people
You
are
molded them.
asking for babysitters. I'm like, I made my babysitters and I waited till I had babysitters. I wasn't out like our
Partying.
dates. Yeah, were
Yeah.
few and far between. Like we were not, our date would be like a walk around the block. I'd have to hire a babysitter for that.
Yep.
Like, and that forced us to train our kids to take care of themselves. The
And to
older
even
ones
be on
take
a
that.
routine so that you could do things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. That early bedtime is really nice.
It's crucial. I mean, for me, because I'm still in those in baby years. You know,
Yeah.
I've got help at least.
Yeah.
Because when I was first starting, that was just plain baby years.
Yeah.
Like you're just plowing through those ones, hoping that you make
right?
it out alive.
It's like 8 years of
It really
hardcore.
is.
Like that's all you do.
I know, but the thing of it is it's like for me, then I'm like, everyone is in their own phase of life.
Right.
And for me, I'm in this, I think like a middle phase. Like
Yep.
I'm not quite to the point to where I have endless
Freedom.
amounts of freedom and babysitters just right there. I still have my family. Like
Yeah.
I'm still in mom mode, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not here at the beginning with only babies and no help from my kids.
Would you go back? Oh,
No, I wouldn't.
no, thank you.
But at the same time, then I'm like, you have to sit in the moments and enjoy
Yeah.
each of those things because it will pass. This too shall pass, right? And when it does, I feel like now, even just in my middle phase, then I'm looking back to my babies and I'm like,
Aw,
what?
I know.
My daughter's birthday is tomorrow
Yeah.
and she's turning 10. I have a 10-year-old. Like it's just,
Yeah.
it hits, you know? And I swear, like sometimes it's the most random moments. But last night when I was looking at the calendar and I see her birthday, first thought was like my baby Ava. She's turning 1 or 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it hits and I'm like,
Yeah.
she's 10? Oh,
What
my
happened and
gosh.
when?
I know. And then I have all these other kids too, but I'm like those baby years when I had my first 3 little ones and it was just our tiny crew and it was so
Yeah.
fun and I loved every moment of that too, but I will admit it was hard
It's
and it's
Yeah.
hard not to be like, oh, I can't wait until this phase of life where
Yeah.
But don't do that.
I feel like I didn't do that because I didn't know. I thought this was going to last forever. And so when you're in that mindset almost, then I
Feels a
feel
little
like,
overwhelming.
well, not necessarily. I feel like I felt, okay, we're doing this. So we're going to figure out the best way to do this and enjoy
Yeah.
it. But if you're sitting
Yeah.
there waiting, like, oh, I can't wait to get there, then I feel like for me, I'm impatient.
Yeah.
And that would make it harder for me.
Yep.
So I feel like whatever phase you're in, learn to do the best that you can in that phase and not be pushing so much to get to. I remember when
That's
I
what
got
I
to the
mean.
next phase and I was like, I didn't even know I got there. And I was looking around like,
What just happened?
when? Like, wow. Wait a
Yeah.
minute. This is kind of
It's
good.
different.
Yeah, I kind
Yeah.
of like this.
I know.
So
Yeah, and I remember thinking like how cool it was going to be that my oldest was going to be 10 and she could cook and she could bake because I remember being 10 and
Yeah.
being like, "Oh, I'm so big," you
Yeah.
know. And now that it's here, I'm like, "But wait.
You could slow it down.
But wait,
Yeah.
And like, as I'm picking out her gifts, I'm like, I want to keep her young, I don't want to try to push her into like the teenage girl yet. She's still little, and I'm going to hang on to all those little years as long as I can, because I understand I'm going to get to the next phase of life where I've got teenagers, and that journey,
It's been fun.
I imagine it will be fun, but not without,
it's a different
struggle, and
you're dealing with
learning.
whole humans, you realize. Like, you think things.
You have your own thought process.
Oh yeah, it's a whole different world. It is fun. It is a whole different challenge though.
Yeah.
And it's harder. It's definitely harder than even the baby mode.
Yeah.
It's not physical though. Like it's not the physically exhaustion. Yeah, it's like mentally challenging, and like with your relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna say it.
I know, but that's the thing is it's just like these moments where it's just so, and I hear about how it's going to be in the future, with the teenagers and everything like that. And I look forward to it. I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. But knowing how much I miss my babies in years, then it's making me go, okay, I'm going to sit in this moment that I have with my family and where all my kids are at. Because although I do have old kids, I do still have babies.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to miss their baby years too.
It's never the same though. I never had it be the same. It's just those first, I go back and it's heartbreaking to think of that first crew. Like my first 4 is what it always was. And like, I would go back and live a couple days. Like if I could do it for a couple days again, but you never get that back ever again. Even if you have little kids and stuff, it's never the same as that first little
Don't
crew.
say that.
I'm serious. It's never the same. And it could maybe like while your kids are at school, you could pretend.
That's
like
what
you
I'm
just
saying.
have your
like,
little
I just sit there and I'm
cute ones.
And honestly, like I'll go grocery shopping with them. I'll take them to things just to pretend that we're still in this little bubble and everything. And then it gets a little old, and I'm like, okay, where's my big kids? I need the help. I need the hands. I need the all this stuff. But I don't know. It just makes me go. Then I really want to sit in these moments before we enter the next phase.
You should,
because
just simmer for a minute right here.
I know this is such a good, sweet spot. I feel like because we're like and my girls are super on top of things. They have watched the house for me for a while I've had to go and run and do an errand here or do this and whatnot. And they do amazing. Like I'm just blown away by their abilities and their love for it. Truly, to be able to pretend to be mom, right?
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah, they do. And so putting those things on them and having times like that, then I'm like, wow, this is really nice. I appreciate this. This is awesome. And then I don't also have to take the teenage attitude with it. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm in a really good spot right now.
You enjoy that. But what you find though is like the teenagers aren't going to hang around.
I know.
You think that they're like, you're going to have all this big help?
No.
That's why I'm like, you have friends and you could drive
and you want to go out with them?
I thought I like worked really hard to like earn you and your help. No. So even their attitudes, they don't hang around a lot.
But
so
then
my teenagers are kind of like, you miss them because they're just not home as much anymore. Like they got their college classes going. They've got like study parties going on. They have stuff to do and they're busy. And you want them to be busy and doing all this, but then they're like half your family, like literally half my kids are not home most of the time.
See,
it's a whole new world. I'm telling you, you don't even know what's coming.
I know. That's the part that makes me nervous because I'm like, I love my kids. I don't want to see them gone. But then like you're saying, you do want them to have a life. You do want them to
You should go hang out.
Go and
you need to get out a little bit.
So it's exciting, but I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I am so glad that I did start when I was young.
Yeah.
And I didn't wait even though logically you'd think that you'd rather wait until
Yeah.
you had a career and you had money and you had, you just figure it out as you go.
But that's part of the beauty of it too, is
It
like
really
even the
is.
finance part, like looking back at how tight things were forever, you have a greater appreciation for when you finally do get established.
Yeah.
You really do, like, but
Yeah.
you look back and that's like the sweet times too.
Yeah.
Like that was good.
And they
times.
were their moments
Yeah.
as well.
Christmas shopping at Kid to Kid, like KSL, our
Yeah. Secondhand
classified
all the
ads.
stuff.
Yeah. That's good times, and you got super creative.
You
Even
did.
filling the budgeting and everything, like that was, it was kind of fun. It's like, it was like a challenge.
It
And
was.
I'm like, life's easy.
And I say it
darn.
was. And I'm like, I feel like I'm still in this phase of life where it's just like, whew, money's tight or, whatever the reason is, but I wouldn't change it.
I don't even necessarily feel like money gets like, I mean, more as you get older, but I feel like I remember having little Lane and going to the store and like there was a big box of diapers for like $30, or you could get the $8 pack of diapers. And every time you chose the $8, and then like 3 days later, you're back. So I feel like getting used to the finance part of it, like now you just buy like 3 cases of diapers at once and you're set for half a year.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you just get used to
Okay.
things.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I did definitely go through that phase where it was just like one tiny pack of diapers because the price
And you were
looked-
running to the store because you were running out of diapers. Like, who runs out of diapers now? Like, when I had my later kids, like, we had extra diapers in storage for the next baby. Like, you just, I don't know, you just realize where the priorities are and where the
Yeah.
money's going to go. And it just goes there. And you're just like,
It is what it is.
fine.
It is what it is. Yeah. But like it's those moments like you're saying where you get into those whether it's money's tight or your kid is acting out or something like that, that I myself am like, I owe so much to my kids
Yeah.
even. And they owe a lot to me.
They
too,
raised you.
because I did a lot for them, but they did.
They really do. Like,
They raised
make
me.
you who you are.
Yeah. And I see who I am now, and I have these qualities and this desire and this motivation and everything now, just in a different area. And I'm like, I wouldn't have had this if
Yeah.
my kids didn't pull it out of me, basically.
Are you worried about like some of the younger ones? Because I'm looking at Cole, you're like, you're going to have to grow up sometime, but not yet. But like, oh no. Like when Lane was your age?
The things he could do.
Yeah.
There are several times that even now that I'm going, oh, whoops. Like I did things so intentionally with my oldest
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Where it was like, okay, you guys.
He actually taught them things. I'm looking at Cole like,
and they could do things.
yeah, like, hey, I don't know. We'll see.
I know. I'm looking at Roman and he's just turned 3. He's not even on our job chart yet.
Oh, he's just a baby. Coley doesn't do jobs.
No, like
He can't even get his own shoes and socks on yet. I'm like, bring him to me. You bring him right over here. I'll help you. Bring your
I'm
toothbrush.
so glad that you can do that.
I'll
but
feed
see,
you too.
I'm like, I'm getting ready for another one. I can't do it 3 times.
You better grow up.
So, and thankfully Roman is more of a independent soul.
He'll be fine.
Bless him.
Yeah.
So he does like to get himself dressed by himself. He likes to get his shoes on by himself and his socks on by himself. But it seems like with like Ava and Jaslyn, they were just so like ready to grow up, ready to go, you know? And I let him.
Yeah.
And now I'm like,
Slow down.
wait.
Yeah.
You guys are getting way too big, way too old. The things that they're capable of,
There's still, I look at some of mine though. I look at Lane. I'm like, when I was your age, do you know what I was doing? Like, do you know? Like, and then I think about that. I'm like, you probably shouldn't be doing that. Like, no.
Hold on.
No.
It is funny that you say that, and I don't look at my own kids because they're not quite that old yet.
Yeah.
But you do look at other people who are your age who aren't married yet, or maybe they're going to school, or maybe like whatever is their setup or their situation. And I'm like, and I love it because everyone makes fun of it all the time, but it's because you don't know. And so it's this thing where you tell, like, you're single, you don't have kids, whatever, and then you tell a mom that you're tired. Right?
Right.
See, there's a reaction.
Yeah.
So like
you don't know what tired is.
So it's this thing that they're just like, okay, moms, like, we get it. We get that you're tired, but just because you're tired, it doesn't mean that I'm not tired too, type of attitude.
Yeah.
And they're over there like, I'm pulling late nighters to study and get good grades at school, and then and got this party that I'm going to, and
you slept the next day.
This event that and all of these responsibilities and everything that I've got going on in my life. I'm so stressed out. And I'm like,
okay.
When I was your age, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I find myself pulling that where I'm like, oh,
yeah.
You don't even know what stress is. Like, you want an A? Oh.
I could do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely toughen up. I that's one thing I would not relive ever is this tiredness.
I know.
Like, I felt like I'm tired and like, oh, it's go. But it's not not
the same
kind of tired.
It is not the same.
Pregnancy tired and newborn tired is literally not the same.
And the funny thing is dads don't feel it either.
No.
They can't. And so even though you have a baby, like, you're like, oh, I'm a dad, I have a kid, and I've been up all night with
It's not
baby.
the same.
No, you weren't.
It's not the same.
It is not the same.
It's not night after night. They might get up like every so often and be like, okay, because mom's about to lose or something's going to be lost.
But I'm like, not only do you, because who's feeding the baby? See?
These guys.
I know. So I'm like, okay, so I'm feeding the baby. And not only that, but like my body has been hit by
what a setup, by the way. Have you ever thought of that? Like, what is that about? Can someone explain it? So first you're going to be pregnant.
Yep. For 9
months. And grow that human. And then you're going to birth the child. Okay.
Right.
So we all know what that is.
Labor and birth.
Yeah.
Okay. Because labor is its own thing.
Labor is its own thing. Like, you just want to sleep after the baby's born, but no, that baby's hungry. And then you latch the baby, and that's another ball game. Like, I would probably rather have a baby than latch a child. Like,
the pain levels.
But at least you get the drugs.
That's true.
At least I'm like, baby's out, give me the ibuprofen. Like, pop it now, we're at the 800s.
And then besides that, then you have the after pains.
That's what I'm saying. You need that medicine.
Yeah.
You need it. And those tough, I've heard of some mamas that don't. And I'm like, why? I choose to not ever be you. Like, I will not ever.
I know. So you go through all this stuff, and then you get home from the hospital.
And it's like all sweet and everything. And then you're like, that first few nights, first few months of nights.
I know. And then you're like that. That's what I mean, though. You're still healing after having been pregnant for 9 months, laboring, birthing, after pains, healing, feeding a baby. Like, it's a
bleeding
lot.
out to your deathbed.
It is
not
a lot.
To get graphic.
And then, not to get graphic. And then the nerve of these kids, like, oh man, I was up studying all night last night.
You forgot a part.
Okay.
And then you wake up the next day to your other kids.
This is true.
They're hungry and they need diaper changes and baths and your house.
And your house and everything
the groceries
else.
they be bought. Like,
so
I choose to, I'm not going back. You just, we just talked this through. I appreciate it. I am not going back.
You're not going to do it.
Nah.
Oh, that's so funny. But then next time you young people who don't have kids and you're not married and you don't have like all of these things, and it's not just the day-to-day things. Right? You have the house that you have to upkeep. You have a pregnancy that you have your kids. That's just the normal stuff.
Yeah.
And then you add on all of the extra things that happen all the time. Constant. You have birthday parties. You have extracurricular activities.
I thought you meant like the sicknesses and broken bones, like hospital visits at midnight.
Like everything that comes up that you didn't plan for. That's not your normal routine, but it still finds its way into your normal routine all the time. Yeah. And so the like stress and and then you have kids who are going to school. And so like you children who are going to college, your parents are having to like stress out about your college and make
Yeah.
sure that you're doing good because they're your parents, right?
That's a whole nother. You have that coming. I literally have a teacher call me like, "Hey, Logan needs help with this." I'm like, "Can you help him?" Like I haven't a clue.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know none of their stuff.
I know.
It's a whole, like, we went through like all of our high school classes, right? It doesn't even compare to the kids nowadays. It doesn't even compare. Like, I'm probably like a 5th grader's level on
At
like
this point.
like literally like the stuff
Yeah,
that they're
I
doing.
know
I
I
was
would
like,
be.
I never learned all of that. I
I
never
might
went through
be
that
like 6th grade.
because you taught it.
Yeah. So like I'm at least up to there. But after that I'm out.
Oh,
But that's what I mean. Like there's just so much more going on. So I'm just saying, like all you young kids, I hope you have fun. And I'm not discrediting that you're stressed and you're busy and you're tired, but
Yeah.
try to compare it to my stressed and busy and tired. I'm just kidding.
yeah. It's a whole nother. Yeah, it's
I'm
Out of
kidding.
this
You can be
world.
stressed and busy and tired. I'll let you have it. It's fine.
yeah. But
just
we'll just
saying.
look at you and smile. But we know, we know.
We know. I know. And that's the thing is like it just never lets up. You know, it just never does. So this is the life. But I like what you were saying before where you realize you're in this phase of life or anything in
Yeah.
life and you could hate it or,
Or feel bad for yourself, or like this is way too rough and give up,
yeah,
or just like
Or-
dominate it.
be like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah,
I'm going to have fun.
yeah,
I'm going to go for it. I'm going to knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
I'm going to make the difference. I'm going to be the mom that I want to be. And when you screw up one day, just realize everybody does.
yeah.
It's just that one day and try again tomorrow. You know, that's my biggest thing is that I do have these expectations or these, like, I want this for myself, my life, you know, everything. I'm human. I mess up. I screw up, but it's not the end of the world.
There's literally you wake up to a
Yeah.
fresh day every single day, but
Every
at the
single day.
after so many times of screwing up, like every single night you can go to bed and be like, oh, this and this and this and this, and have your list of things, or just like let it go and be like, tomorrow I am gonna do better.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm gonna be better.
Tomorrow you're going to do this.
And when you're not better the
try
next day, try again.
But that's the thing.
That's
You
why-
can.
yeah.
You can keep trying
Yeah.
every day, you know?
Yeah.
And you don't have to just give up.
Yeah.
But
Don't do
then the other thing is like when you do get in those moments where you're like, I just can't do this, then ask for help.
Yep.
Reach out, find a course, find a coach, find a friend, find a family member, find any resource. I mean, we've said it before, but it takes a village.
It does.
Use the village.
Yeah.
Stop thinking you could do it on your own.
Reach out.
You can't. Nobody can. Nobody should.
Yeah.
You should use the village.
Yeah.
You know, that's what makes a good mom, in my opinion.
I will
is a
say-
mom who uses the village.
Yeah. The more, so you have two options is how I always look at it. And I do both options. So you can do it really, really well, or you can suck at it. If you suck at it, it's so much freaking harder. Yeah. Like when I'm like tapped out, I'm like, go hide in your bedroom, right? Then that is when life gets hard.
Yeah.
But if you're actively engaged in what's going on in your household and you're out there functioning with it and you're just like amazing at it, I can't even tell you the difference. I don't know if it's like a mental thing or what.
No, because
but
you get the
staying on
results,
top
too.
of things, like when I even like we'll say on the house, when I stay on top of it, things are so much more manageable and it's easier.
Yeah.
You would think it's like way more work. It's not.
It's so much easier.
Yeah. And then the same thing with your kids. If you just stay on top of like the behavioral issues
Yeah, the
and they're
school
every,
and
I mean, the list goes on. I won't even try
Everything
listing what
else.
goes into the kids. The house
But-
is way easier to list.
But the point is that staying on top of it or staying active in it and not giving
Checking
up
out. Yeah.
is what makes it easier.
It really
Because the
does.
second that you give up, the second that you check out, first of all,
Yeah.
everything goes to pots.
Yep.
The second mom's gone, nobody can take mom's place. So the second she's gone,
Yeah.
Everything falls to pots. And then not only do you have to pick it up, but you have to pick yourself back up after getting into a mental funk like that.
And knowing what's coming for
hard.
you, it makes it, you're just like, do you
even want to?
And then you have to build up the courage and the strength and the energy to even get back into it. Like, just don't get out.
Just don't get out.
Just stay in your bubble.
Stay there.
Stay where you belong.
Exactly. Yeah. And it makes it so much easier. So,
yeah.
But I will say, becoming a mom at a young age for me was the best thing I could have ever done.
Well, yeah. If I would have known what was coming for me, then I would have been like, take a little bit of a deeper breath before you jump into that. But just starting young, yeah. Mm-hmm. But even I will say, like, having your kids first, have your like you're saying, your career. Like, so everybody wants to start their career when they're young.
Yeah.
Right. But like, my career's changed several times.
Yeah.
I always thought I'd be an amazing school teacher.
Really?
Yeah. Like, no.
I can't see that.
I would never. Yeah. When I was young having my kids, like, I thought for sure I'd be a school teacher.
Oh my goodness.
And then I for sure thought I was going to be a nurse. Like, I was for sure going to go into nursing school. No. Nope.
Why?
Just like caring for other people.
You can't do it. You've done it too long.
I don't know. It's just not my thing. And I'm like, you have to have a lot of compassion for that. And I feel a little cold sometimes. So I feel like having your kids is like really developed who you actually want to be in life too.
Yeah.
Because I'm barely 30. So I can still have a career. Like, I still have a lot of years left in me, right?
Exactly.
Right, you guys?
Yeah.
I could still go out and do
that's what
something.
I'm saying is, like, I want to become a psychologist. I still got time.
You do.
Time. And I was able to have like kids and like you were saying, what is life without your family, you know?
And it forces you to be serious too. I feel like all the kids like going to school like at young ages, first of all, you're going to change your mind. A lot of you are, but having the kids young, it really does force you to get serious about life. And I feel like you accomplish a lot more.
Yeah. A lot more, a lot quicker, a lot more intentionally.
But like, look back at your life. I had 10 kids before I was 30, and I can still go on to have a career.
Yeah.
Like, I could still do it all. I'm probably not gonna. Like, the kids is probably gonna be my career. But I could.
If you wanted to, you could.
If I want to. But what else? Like, I enjoy my career housewife life.
It's good. It's good life.
I like it.
It really is. It's so enjoyable. And that's the thing. Like, most people will go and get their jobs, get their career, make the money and everything, have their family, and then they quit their job.
Yeah.
Because they want to be home.
For what?
And that's the thing. Like, they're not quitting their job because it's like, oh, my kid.
About that.
But they want to be home with their kids. Right?
Wow. I never.
It keeps happening. And so then they're just like, well, because I mean, moms want to be moms, right?
After you have those babies, you're like, I'm not leaving these with no one else. I know. I made these.
So then they go home, they quit their jobs, they go home, they stay home for a few years, and then they're back into the work. I'm doing the same thing as you.
Yeah.
I just didn't get the career first, but I can take my time going through the school pattern. I don't have to do it like really fast like everybody else did. But by the time I'm ready to come back out of the house, then I'll have a career, I'll have a job, and everything will be good, and it will all have been worth it to me.
Yep. I love it.
So
it's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Have your kids. It's a good thing. It's a good life. It really is.
We're not that tired.
I am not at all tired.
Scared them.
At all. I'm not tired at all.
Yeah. It is the best thing. It is absolutely. It is just who I am now.
Yep.
And I'm good.
It's a good you.
I'm doing well, you guys.
Yeah. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, leave a comment, like the video, share the video with your friends. Help us to spread the word. Help us to get more moms into our mom community. It's so much fun to hang out with us. I'm not biased, but I think we're some pretty cool moms.
We try.
I'm just saying. So come hang out with us. You're going to love it. Thank you.